I think sometimes Abby basically throws up her hands and says, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And I think she understood that there was really no changing what these parents are going to do as a reaction.
I'm gonna save the letter of the week because we've actually got callers on the line and I want to go ahead and get to him. Is it Chuck?
Yes.
How you doing, Chuck?
Just fine. Hey, I read something today that I didn't know, and maybe you know more about it, but it said that I could not buy a motorcycle on Sunday.
Is that like
and so what is that a religious thing or what?
I don't know.
And the reason I bring this up is because whenever I was a kid, they had the blue laws,
right?
And they would have entire aisles at the stores roped off where you couldn't buy anything on that aisle. You could buy a nail, but you couldn't buy a hammer,
right?
And that kind of gibberish. And so I called the store and asked them why can't I buy this on Sunday, and they really didn't know. She said she thought that it was a religious thing, and so I didn't know if you. I mean, because if it is the blue laws, I thought those things were long gone.
Yeah,
and I was really
for the most
surprised
part, I thought
to see
they were. This is the first I've heard of it. I have no idea if it's true, and I have no idea why it's true if it is. I'd love to make up something funny right now, but I can't.
No, I absolutely think it's bizarre. It's like you can ride it on a Sunday morning, but you can't buy it. So it's like you say, it's almost like telling somebody you can't buy a bong on Sunday morning, but you can sit in your front porch and smoke pot. I mean,
yeah. Well, the blue laws that they had back in the 60s or 70s, whenever that was. That was just ridiculous. The church trying to impose its will, if that's the case, if it is the church that is saying, well, we don't want anybody buying motorcycles on Sunday, then what do you do?
I know
why. Sue them, or how does that work?
I know why.
The church?
It's because the Nazis rode motorcycles. And Nazis, of course, are the product of atheism and Darwinism.
There you go.
We learned that from Expelled. So atheism leads to Darwinism, leads to Nazism. Nazis liked motorcycles. Motorcycles are bad. You can't buy motorcycles on Sunday. See, we can do
okay. Now I got it.
I'll tell you what. Maybe the reason you can't buy motorcycles on Sundays is because the dealership's closed.
Well, actually, this was it was Pep Boys is where it was.
Oh.
It was.
They sell motorcycles?
I don't know. Can I say anyway?
Do they sell motorcycles?
They have these little. Street legal, I don't even know who makes them, but the reason I wasn't going to buy one, I was just looking at the ad in the paper, and then it said, not available for sale on Sunday. That's what, because I'm completely against the...
I tell you what, Chuck, find out what you can and call us back. I'm going to try and look into this, too, because this may be one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Okay, all right.
Boy, have I heard some funny stuff this week. But it's to see the ad, here's a little scooter thing or whatever, not for available for sale on Sunday.
Right.
Why? That's crazy.
And another thing, you were talking about Darwin there, and the article in the paper a few days ago about the Texas Board of Education or UT or somebody turned down the church who was trying to get the whatever their course is about evolution or whatever it is they're trying to teach, turned them down to make it a course at UT, I guess. Is that what it was? No,
it's a little more complicated than that. The Institute for Creation Research was looking for it's not really accreditation, but it's approval from the state of Texas to be allowed to grant degrees in Christian Science. They'd be operating as their own university, and they were turned down unanimously. They've tried this before in California. They'll try it again.
Thank goodness our government got something right, and turned them down, because that's absurd. And from what I've found out about them, they believe that God created the universe. Was it 3,000 years ago or 6,000 years ago?
4 to 10, depending on which one you talk to.
Yeah, and the thing that I read that just blew my mind was here was their spokesman saying we are biased towards creationism.
Yep.
But we still think we teach good science.
Yeah.
And, the man doesn't have a clue what science is. I mean, you have no bias towards anything if you have good science.
Just the truth.
Exactly, the facts. And, thank goodness they turned them down. That's all
We're running out of time. I got to let you go check some.
Okay.
Everybody decided to call in at the last minute, but thanks for calling.
All right, bye.